Don't be distracted if you're stepping on the pylon or whatever the hell you call that thing. Just keep shooting, it's no big deal. When I say distracted, I mean don't get frustrated. If you accidentally step on it, it's no big deal. Just keep firing away. Keep your concentration level high. Good. That's good. When you're stepping over, don't look at the pylon. I don't mind you looking at the pylon when you step back, but keep your eye on the target. Good, just like that, good. You ready for the next one? Okay. So remember, we'll go back, we'll start at the beginning for crossover, right? Okay. So we're going from, what do you call those things? Hurdles, right? Hurdles? Yeah, you call them hurdles. So we start from the lowest hurdle to the highest. It's just a simple, not a complex drill, it's just a simple drill to get the kids moving their feet a little bit before they shoot. This I incorporate this into our footwork variation shooting day. Today's footwork variation, so we do all kinds of different footwork into the jump shot, everything that you can imagine. Forwards, backwards, sideways, twist, curls. A lot of complex stuff. This is easy. So he's just going to be stepping over it, forwards, backwards, sideways. Going from, I think that's like, the first hurdle was like 6 inches, I believe. And then it goes to like 9, and then we have 12. And then we're going to use the dribble power arch as the highest hurdle. It's not actually a hurdle, as you can see over there to the left. It's not actually a hurdle, it's for ball handling. But we're going to use it as a hurdle in the shooting drill. And then we do everything that he's doing, and we cross over. We cross over, forwards, backwards, sideways. So that makes the footwork even, that much more difficult. Focus is still on making shots, regardless of your balance, regardless of your foot position when you go up to shoot. And it just really does make you a better all-around shooter. Well, we here at Elite Basketball Training Academy, we always emphasize, we've been emphasizing for years, being an all-weight shooter. Probably my first couple years in high school, when I established myself as a decent player, I was a one-way shooter. I stepped into it left, right every time. Okay, that limits you. That limits your jump shot off the catch. The next year I added right, left, so I was able to do left, right, and right, left. We didn't have the techniques and the knowledge that we have now, backwards and curls and all that good stuff, or at least not where I came from. So we try to become all-way shooters. We can shoot the ball in transition in a half-court set, fading, backwards, sideways, hop step, everything you name, my kids can do at a very, very high level, percentage-wise. And if you see them shoot a game, you know. If you saw the kids play in games, they shoot exactly the same way in games that they do in workouts. High level. And I believe all these little things, little technical drills that we do, plays a big part into that. It's just simple, but very effective. Again, these are just a couple of the drills inside of the Footwork Variation shooting day. Every single day at Elite Basketball Training Academy, we do a different footwork style of shooting. Hopefully I have enough space to add in the soccer ball shooting too. So he's gonna do every type of stepping over the hurdles for each hurdle. He's a young guy, 13 years old. He probably shoots just a young puck. His shot is transitioning from his lower chin for a young person to his nose. Eventually be at his forehead and then on top of his forehead. In games, he shoots around, anyway, 2 years ago, last time he played, he shoots around 56% from the field. Perimeter. He's increased that this summer to between 70 and 80. So that's what we're expecting next year, to be about 70% from the perimeter. It's like all my players. All my players, when they usually hit sophomore year, they're about 70% three-point shooters in high school, in the high school three. And then they're usually about, 60% from international three, which is now, 22-9, I think. And they're usually about 50% from NBA three. Just keep shooting, I'll bring it over. Keep that good upper body form, 90-90-90. Damien, that elbow should be touching your side. That elbow should be touching your side in the shot pocket. Right? Not like this. Like this. Touch it. Touch it and break that wrist. Get the hand behind the ball. Break your wrist. The goal for JC. I got him so young. I got him when he's very young. He's a top 50 player in the country for his age group in Canada. I would assume he'd be top 50, top 100 if he's in the United States, in a state, not overall, but say if he was in Michigan or Ohio, I believe he'd be top 50 to 100 in that state. But he's top 50 for sure in Canada for his age group. I had him for 5 years, every single day, minus 6 months during COVID. But 90-90-90, get that hand behind the ball, straight. Check the backspin on the ball. 3 shots ago it was a sidewinder. Now it's starting to look straighter. Good. That's what we're hoping on. We're hoping in high school he's a 70% NBA three-point shooter by the time he's a senior. So he's 2027. We're in 2021 right now. So the fact that we take 1,000 shots a day during the school year, 2,000 to 3,000 shots per day during the summer, winter break, and March break, spring break. That's a realistic possibility. He's easily the best shooter in the country for his age group, like all my players are after 2-3 years with me. So now it looks like he's in a crossover. So now he's in a crossover. He's in a crossover forwards, backwards, sideways, and sideways.
Does it feel weird, Damien? Good. That means you're doing good. Push that elbow in. Good.
After he does this new hurdle incorporation, I'll set up the D-men a little bit better, well, a lot better, higher. And he starts backing up, 3-point layup. First time showing him this drill, we'll talk more about it, but he knows you want to be, and he's doing it right. You want to be catching the ball when the inside pivot foot, boom, is established right there. Not sooner, not later. Same time. That inside foot, inside pivot 1, 2, this is the one. He's catching the ball simultaneously. I really, really like this drill. So now he's gonna go sideways, backwards. He's gonna twist with a crossover. It's really good stuff. This makes you a real shooter, the pro suite, the NBA pro suite. I was a jump shooter. That was the way we were taught back in the day. In high school and college in the 90s, we were taught to, to be able to stop and pop over a defender. You had to rise up 30 inches off the ground first and shoot. So I never really was able to, we call it now set to jump shoot. And you have to be able to do both. You have to be able to jump over somebody and shoot, and you have to be able to set to jump shoot. If you don't know what set to jump shoot means, Reggie Miller. He's a perfect example of set to jump shoot. Somebody that does set to jump shoot, obviously the best in the history of the game, Steph Curry too. Damian Lillard too. Damian Lillard he can go 100 miles an hour. He can stop and pop from 19, 15, 17, and he rises up first, jump, and that is at his apex, top of the jump, he can shoot it. But he can also, from real deep, set to jump shoot. And that's where he gets his 35, 40 footers. Right? 35, 40 feet is very difficult from a stationary position to jump 30, 40 inches off the floor and then shoot it. You got to set to jump shoot. And all of these drills helps you to become a real always shooter. Set to jump shoot. watching him shooting, he's always between 70 and 80%. Some days 70, some days 75, some days 80. So you can take a look at this right here. He's doing his footwork variation day. He's at 66% right now. So in my eyes, that's good. That's a good sign because it means it's harder than just stepping into it 1-2 or stepping or not moving his feet and shooting. So then we have nowhere but up to go from that, right? And I can always remember the percentage from week to week and try to say, hey, we got to get up to 68 or we got to get up to 67 or the next week 70, 71, 72, right? So right now on this footwork variation day, he's been shooting for almost 50 minutes straight. He's shot 728 shots so far. He's made 478 for around 65, 66%. So that's good for a 13-year-old. This is their first time doing it. He's trying to keep his eye on the rim. But he'll do better and better every day that we do this. So this footwork variation shooting day, we usually do 2 sessions per week off the catch. We also do this off the dribble too. We do footwork variation in the afternoon off the dribble.
Yeah, I would wear that in the ringer until you get to around 15 feet, the free throw line. The longer you can tolerate that in the ringer, the sooner and the better shooter you'll be. Use those legs. Get those legs under you. Short, short. Get those legs under you. Stay on balance. Bam, bam, balance. Legs under you. Keep working. Keep working. Much, much harder than it looks. made about 500 jump shots so far, 65%. Yep, more challenging. This is what we want. This is what we want. Working his hip flexors, balance, coordination, footwork. Great drill. Just so you know, we also put on glasses where I wipe out, put tape on one of the eyes. He has that on now, as you can see when he turns sideways. So I try to do everything I can to distract. I try to do everything I can to have drills to distract my shooters as much as possible, in an effort to make them a better shooter in the end. I've always done that, but when my last set of players, these two kids were originally from Germany, I trained them for 5 years, every single day. One of them just turned pro, and then the other one went up with them just for the summer to train with the pro team. But when I had them, especially the older one at first, these kids started making 87 to 90% of their jumpers in a workout. At first you're like, oh, this is great. But then I started thinking, oh, I'm not doing my job if these kids are making 87 to 90 every single time. I got to start incorporating stuff to make it more difficult. That's when I started incorporating all this other stuff. Why'd you move it before? It was stationary. Then you moved it. Now it's moving. There we go. I'm always complaining. They're used to it. I sit at home most nights and I just come up with all these different types of drills to challenge my shooters. I got like 100 more ideas I want to incorporate, but I can't show them all to the kids. I just try to show 1 or 2 a week, maybe 1 a day, but really 1 or 2 a week. I guess eventually when he gets good at this is his first time doing it, he can do this soccer drill while not looking down at the ball. In increments, we'll develop that. So now Jacy has a weighted vest on, it's about 30-35 pounds. He's going to do this
drop drill. So we're doing it with a catch. We initially thought we'd start with the ball, but this works out better. Well, both drills are excellent, but yeah, I like this drill. So he's gonna turn over both shoulders. Right now he's just twisting. He's not really jumping high off the bench. My first time showing him this drill. When you land, try not to pause. Try to go right up with the shot immediately. Bam. Gather yourself, though. Gather yourself as best you can. Good, good. I always like, this is never a finished product. All the stuff that I put on YouTube, I really only put it on there so I can remember the drill. That's really the only, so they're not, so we keep doing this drill for a while, he'll get way better at it. So right now he's jumping, turning, spinning, step back. I wonder what NBA team and what top level NBA trainer in the United States will steal this drill from me first. Then they put it on IG. If I ever get something from another trainer, I always tell my kids who and where I got it from. And if I put it online, I'll put where I got it from. It's okay, it's okay. Don't get frustrated, just keep working. No big deal. Good job. So he's jumping, turning, landing on one foot and stepping back. Overload. And he's got the 35 pound weighted vest on. Legs and arms, nothing else moves. Straight, straight, straight. So right now we're at like 873 shots off the catch inside of our footwork variation, which was, it's a very difficult shooting workout. Like, it will confuse you. I've had Division I players come in here and shoot like 30% out of 1,000 trying to do this workout because it's complicated. So he's at 662% right now. So we're just gonna, our last 130, whatever it is, we're just gonna fire away high school threes. Just catches, shoot, rapid fire. High school threes, just to burn it out, just to get to our 1,000. And then we got our 1,000 off the catch jumpers in the morning. Mission accomplished. Then we do 15 minutes of defensive slides in the form of crybabies. Resistance, kiss the wall resistance drill that I made up and I love. And then we'll try to get in our 500 to 750 off the dribble jumpers. Then usually the big boys come in, college players, CIS players, which is Canadian University players. Then usually they come in and we play one-on-one, 2-on-2, whatever. I call it. Those kids come in here to beat up on my young guys to make them better. So they usually come in around 10. They'll shoot for an hour and then play for an hour, which has really helped. Really helped my kids, especially JC, who's obviously with me every single day. It's really helped his confidence and make him work harder. He kind of coasts. He doesn't really try when he's playing against kids his age. But when he's playing against older kids and he really likes playing against the CIS kids, especially the CIS kids locally around here are really good. He gets up for them kids, and so he plays really hard and he plays better. Even though those kids sometimes maybe they're just working on something because they could probably just beat them every single game. But they usually come in, they're smart, and they work on a certain skill inside of the one-on-one game. That Jacy's just playing all out, trying to win. Obviously, he's young, much younger. So it works out for both sides. And then we break for an hour, and then we do the same thing in the afternoon. But a different form of off-the-catch shooting, a different form of off-the-dribble shooting. Then we go an hour ball handling. 45 minutes ball handling, 45 minutes passing, and then we play one-on-one, 2-on-2 or 3-on-3 again to close the afternoon. We're here 8-9 hours a day this summer. We're at the beginning of the second last week. We're actually in the